what would it take to alleviate or reduce those difficulties?
Good question. I think probably some kind of simple way to engage with them, or engaging with them in a more simple way. Well, no, one good example is try not to sell, don't bring up the why aren't you considering G Suite versus Office 365 in the same conversation as talking about Google Cloud. That's like, if we're going to somebody trying to sell them, a countertop kitchen appliance, and while they say, hey, by the way, we've got all these fantastic beauty products. Don't you want some of those? So I think it's like, try and figure out more once you're talking to somebody. Don't try and push them by challenging everything they've previously done, What I mean, don't try and change their world. No one, change is very difficult in enterprises. Now, if you think there's an opportunity to sell G Suite, then sure, go after that, but don't try and sell both things at once,
I see. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. And then, if you were to, what would you expect to see, for instance, from Google Cloud to convince you of that? What kinds of content or actions would you expect from them?
Right. So definitely some kind of business case studies, business use cases of where other businesses in our sector consume products have successfully used Google Cloud. So, hey, here's some business use cases you could consider. And then secondly, okay, this company that's willing to act as a reference for us, they use Google Cloud and they did an evaluation of Microsoft Azure, AWS, and Google Cloud, and the answer for them was Google Cloud. And why? So, more an industry-specific thing rather than just, hey, we're Google, you should get on board type stuff. I'm exaggerating for a fact, I'm sorry, at this point, but you get the message, right? I think it's got to be highly tailored to the industry and they're talking to and to the circumstances, and to keep it simple. Don't, like I say, try and say, hey, with Google, you should work with us on a lot of things. Just say, hey, have you thought about using Google Cloud for this particular need? Because here's a competitor / peer of yours in the industry. They're very happy. I think Google's heritage as a major technology vendor, I think they suffer from the same problem as a lot of very, very successful technology companies, which is, here's a fantastic technology, you should use it. So I call the blockchain problem. Everybody talks about blockchain right now, and it's slowly only now starting to mature enough on the adoption curve for people to actually now start saying, hey, do you know that these people, or we've used blockchain for this, here's our business use case. Well, I think Google need that. They need that, not just Google Cloud's the best ever, it's from Google, it's great technology, why aren't you talking to us? I think they'd be able to say, hey, a consumer products company, not totally dissimilar to yours, has successfully used Google Cloud or switched from Microsoft Azure to Google Cloud, or stopped using AWS and used Google Cloud to do this. Not just they did switch, but why? What did they do? That's very convincing to me as a decision maker versus, hey, we're Google.
Got it.
And they're not the only ones that do this. IBM have a problem with this too still. SAP, they had a big problem for a long time with the new release, in my opinion. I told them whenever I could of their ERP that they're like, hey, we've got this fantastic new technology called HANA, you should do it. Why? It's real time, you should do it. Yeah, but why? What's the business use case? I don't need real time data about my accounts. What action, business action I'm going to take? Fine.